So I've just woken up, and last night going to bed, I just was feeling so bad. I was just not, I don't know, there was just like a miscommunication with myself, and I just needed like that extra love, and maybe I wasn't getting it, and I stayed up too late kind of moment. And here I am in the morning, and all those thoughts in the wind, and I'm actually feeling like really good, like competent. And I told myself I was gonna have a slow start to the morning, give myself some grace, understand that things might be slow because I stayed up so late, and also there's a void moon that's happening, and I'm Cancer rising ruled by the moon, so that's just a side thing. Um, but actually, like following the moon cycles have helped me so much the last 3 months, so I find that very interesting. Just like going with the flow of the moon. um, but aside from mystical, magical astrology things, last night my partner and I were just talking, and it was like kind of serious, which is always kind of nice. Um, and he had mentioned there was a time in 2022 when we had first got our place and we had settled in, and it's the first time in my life that I have ever had stability that I controlled. And everything that I had held though in so tightly my entire life, the entire life of things, spilled out of me, and it was the most depressed I've ever been in my entire life. My body, subconscious nervous system said, "You're safe. You're safe to feel these things as well. You're safe to be made aware of them. And to heal is to feel." And it was devastating. It was too much. I've always struggled with depression, and I describe it as like bouts of depression because they'll just be sort of like these long periods of time where I'll just suddenly become depressed. And it's not suddenly, there's always been something going on. I've had a hard life. And in 2022, I was really, it was all of it, all at once, constantly. And um, it was the dark times. Like, it was really bad. It was very scary at times. And my partner was very scared that, he would go to work and then I just wouldn't be here when he got back. Like, that kind of depression. And I had always trusted myself through all of my bouts of depression that I would never do anything permanent because I, despite the depression, despite everything in my life, I always knew this kernel inside of me. I had this like kernel of truth that I was made for great things. Everything would be okay in the future, and I was going to make it through because I owed that to myself. So, I was really, really depressed for about, let's see, it was 2022 into 2023 into 2024. And then 2025 last year was really when I like fully basically stepped out of that pit. And I felt it all for a year and I was trying so hard, and then I went to therapy for a year and that saved my life. And then that ended because of insurance issues, and I've been doing self work since then. So, and it's just I work so hard on myself every single day. Every single day I work consciously, subconsciously, intentionally, unintentionally. Like, I am trying to become the better version of myself every single day. And up until 2025 New Year's, like this last, I was so sick and tired of the healing process. I'm so sick and tired of constantly trying to do it. And so my New Year's resolution was to stop thinking because I felt like I had hit a wall in terms of like healing and self therapy. I had hit a wall and I was just like constantly like spiraling and focusing too hard on myself, on my issues, and that wasn't actually like a healing process. It was just like looking at the wounds, being frustrated about them, not really being able to close that gap. So I stopped thinking, and it's been wonders for my mental health. And every day I do a little better. And my therapist considered success not that you aren't becoming triggered, becoming upset, having bad days, but your recovery time when those days, moments occur. So, one bad text from somebody would put me out for a couple days sometimes. And on my best days now, that same bad text would put me out for maybe 20 minutes. And that is a huge success. And I just want to say that you hear that like healing isn't linear and everyone's journey is different, and like self-love and be kind to yourself and all of those phrases mean nothing because they're said so often that you like lose the kernel of like what that actually could mean for you. And just like how am I trying to say this? I just want to say that I was so defiant to save myself because I believed in a future where goodness was possible and I was capable, despite my history of depression, that I could be happy and healthy. And today, waking up, I genuinely, it's just like a reminder that that is not only possible, but it's happening to me. And that your perfect future where everything is perfect and you're healthy and you're happy, like that version doesn't exist in the way that it actually exists in life. And that you might not even realize, they say that you don't realize, that one day you just walk through the door you've been praying to have it be open, and now you're suddenly 10 paces in on the other side and you didn't even realize you walked through the door that you were so obsessed with 10 years ago. And like for me that is just worth it. That is worth like finding meaning in those sweet silly phrases that are like self-love and keep going and one day it'll be better. Like you have to put in the work, and sometimes that is impossible because you don't have the energy, because all of your energy is going toward literally just staying alive, like survival. And find the thing that helps you get out of bed. For me it was Red Dead Redemption 2, literally, and a novel that I was daydreaming about, and my partner. So those three things, and my cat. Those things, they were my anchor to the present of those moments, because when you're depressed, you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about the future, and it's all just like crushing you. And today is to say that it really does get better. And you know that. There are moments where you laugh. There are moments where you look outside and you see something beautiful and you're like, wow, like, I've never seen something so beautiful before. So, I'm just like, I'm so proud of myself. Because you forget how bad it was until someone reminds you or you're reminded in some way. And then it puts it all into perspective of where you are right now. Like, I woke up, I have things to do, I'm feeling competent. The day might not go exactly how I want it to or expect it to, and there might be dangers lurking out there, but I'm happy. I'm really proud of myself for making it through the hardest days of my life so that I can be here now. Chatting it up with you, my friend. I just think that's so marvel. Marvelous. Wonderful. Yeah, so yeah, gets better every day. Until next time, talk to you later. And today is to say that it really does get better. And you know that. There are moments where you laugh. There are moments where you look outside and you see something beautiful and you're like, wow, like, I've never seen something so beautiful before. So, I'm just like, I'm so proud of myself. Because you forget how bad it was until someone reminds you or you're reminded in some way. And then it puts it all into perspective of where you are right now. Like, I woke up, I have things to do, I'm feeling competent. The day might not go exactly how I want it to or expect it to, and there might be dangers lurking out there, but I'm happy. And I'm really proud of myself for making it through the hardest days of my life so that I can be here now. Chatting it up with you, my friend. I just think that's so marvel. Marvelous. Wonderful. Yeah, so yeah, gets better every day. Until next time, talk to you later.